Yo, big up. How
Yo,
you doing, Dave? You all right?
yeah, good. Good,
Big
good,
up
good,
everyone
good,
as well.
good. Hello?
Hope you're all well, sir.
Sorry, mate, for you.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
Hey,
hope you're all well.
sorry,
Welcome to
my
me and
bad.
Dave's channel. So, yeah, so brilliant time. Obviously, exciting time at the moment. If you're a Spurs fan, hopefully it's exciting, and hopefully we don't. The board are not just giving us false hope, but we're linked to some pretty decent players, I'd say. The one, but I mean, but the thing is, it's the same players as last year. So you do have that debate whether the Zerbi had his say on the targets. I'd like to think he has had his say, but it's a bit strange that it's the same targets, isn't it?
Well, well. The way I look at it is this. If they're deserving target players or not, then you've got a midfield of Basuma, Star, Gray, Bergvall. You
Yeah,
wouldn't say no to a Morgan Gibbs White, would you? Let's be
definitely not.
completely honest.
I mean, apparently,
Completely.
I've heard earlier they're quoting with Morgan Gibbs White, they're quoting 70 million for him. I think he's worth it. I think take it. He's English. He's
Yeah,
he's probably worth it more now than he was last year, just of the season he's had. So I would definitely put the money on the table, do whatever he can to get him. So I think he's a top player.
yeah. And that same scenario with Savino as well, wasn't it? I
Yeah,
mean, we
was
stuffed
he the price
up.
we're getting for him? Did you hear the price we're paying for him?
Well, apparently we've offered a £35 million package deal, but apparently they they're nearing towards 45.
I
They
think
want,
it's about. I think it's 40 something. It's 40.
yeah,
I think it's 45 million, which I think is
yeah.
fair enough. I think 35 million is too cheap to be honest. In this
Well,
market, I think
yeah.
35 million is taking the piss to be honest.
Well, be an absolute steal, wouldn't it, if he comes to us and has an absolute blinder, which I think he has got all the potential in the world to do. I just think he has. When you watch City play, near enough every single team they play is against a low block, isn't it? So it's harder for
Yeah,
your wingers to be productive and like run at players. And but I think with us, I think he'll have more license to roam down the channel,
yeah,
and I think he'll get more freedom.
yeah,
So I think he could. I think his numbers could drastically rise, and I think he would be a good player. You can see, you saw in Girona what a player he was. He gets in the team of the season. You know what I mean? Came to City. You saw glimpses of what he was doing at Girona, but it wasn't enough. It weren't enough, obviously, from the City faithful. Then we were linked with him. City wanted to keep hold of him, just maybe just try him out for one more season, and he barely played last season. Barely
I
played.
know.
You know what
Well,
I mean?
City should have taken the money when they had the chance.
Well, yeah, because
Uh,
they're gonna get a lot less this year than
I
what they
know,
would have done last year.
but I see. Did you see today? Xavi Simmons has given the biggest hint that's going to happen ever. He's put on his Instagram account him and
Yeah,
Savinio. Um, they like in a picture together doing some like pose type thing. One out PSV, and now if that's not a hint that the deal's almost done, then I don't know what is. Because Savinio must have spoke to him and said the deal's close.
yeah, of course he has. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I reckon he 100%, 100%. They're obviously very close, and you know what I mean.
Yeah,
They've obviously been talking to each other, but it's kind of literally no. I think it's a done deal. I think it's a done deal, and do you know what? Right, and it's not if it all comes to light, Ain't it nice? This is alien to me. Like
So we're getting deals done early.
Spurs getting deals done before a transfer
No.
window's even opened. That is absolute alien to me, mate. I've never known us to do stuff like that.
Maybe they've learnt. Maybe they don't want to go for the situation of being relegated and get relegated, be in a position again. Maybe they're learning from their mistakes. Let's hope so. Anyway, Nigel's put big up, chaps. Spurs moving fast. Let's hope it continues.
Yeah,
the thing is, Nigel, we know what Spurs are like. When they have a habit of making us dream, don't they? Us for Spurs fans dream, and then when we feel like we're doing something, they snatch it away from us. So let's hope and pray it's different this time. But I'm still not convinced until they hold up the shirt.
Yeah, true. I'm a bit like that. They're like every year they're the best at dangling carrots in front of us, aren't they? Dangling that carrot. Do you know what I mean? And we all fall for it every time. We're all guilty of it. But all the do you know what I mean? All the journalists and stuff like that, do you know what I mean, are all putting their money on this one, aren't they? It's going to be a done deal now, probably within the next 10 to 12 days.
Do you think? I think the announcement will happen tomorrow. I think we'll get the here we go tomorrow.
That'd be nice. That'd be lovely to wake up to. Here we go.
Well, if it's the way Romano said and stuff, Pillow O'Keefe might have said it as well. He said deals advancing. If it's advancing that much, then I don't see why it won't be tomorrow.
Yeah. Hopefully that will be like I said. It'll just be lovely to wake up and go get that. Here we go, bomber. And we need something. We need something, don't we, as a fan base? Because over my dead body, we are having another season like we did last season.
No, I don't think we will.
No, I don't think we will either. I mean, we'll have a lot of players back. And obviously, we'll talk about that tonight. I mean,
yeah. Nigel just put. I ain't gonna lie though. I'm worried they're club signings. Does De Zerbi want these players or just accept them? If so, it's just another yes man. Sorry, negative. Laugh out loud. Nigel, where's your positivity gone? You were early in the season, you were saying that Spurs were staying up, and I said we were going down. And there was results that I wasn't convinced we'll get a result in the game. You were positive, saying we'll beat them and stuff. Where's that positivity gone, mate? The thing is, mate, I don't think De Zerbi is the type of character that would just accept players. I think he would walk away if he was undermined. So I do honestly believe that the club have ran past the players with him, and he's approved of them because they are decent players. So why wouldn't he approve of them? But we're also being linked to players who we weren't linked to last summer. So they're not all players that. Some of them would be players that De Zerbi would be interested. Like we've been linked to a few Brighton players, haven't we? So they're definitely players who would be signings.
Yeah, but that believer is getting stronger and stronger by the day, isn't it? That one.
Yeah.
I'm a bit dubious about it because I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'll take him at Spurs tomorrow, but Brighton, they just overprice their players, don't they? There's
he's not worth 100 mil, and Brighton are in cuckoo land if they think they get 100 mil for him.
Until £100 million goes on that table, and then maybe we'll pick up the phone. Do you know what I mean?
Again,
that's what they do with Brighton.
The thing is, though, Tony Bloom, is it Tony Bloom? He's the one that owns them, isn't it? Tony Bloom, yeah. He's a very astute businessman. As a business side of him, he's probably us Spurs fans would probably love a chairman, an owner like that as a businessman. I know Levy was a great businessman in some aspect, but I think, he had his faults. I think Tony Bloom would be a good one.
Well, did
But
you hear?
saying that, I think he's in tutu land if he thinks he's going to get 100 mil for Belieber.
Yeah, so. Did you hear? Did you hear though? The news has come out. I don't know what day it was.
Evening Clutchy. Big up, mate. What's that?
Evening Clutchy, mate. Big up, mate. Yeah, Brighton's sporting director is left, isn't he? Stepped down.
Oh, so he's going to be a new sporting director to Spurs, yeah?
Well, it's just a lot of people, a lot of ITK put two and two together.
A lot of people put
you wouldn't take
two and two
Brighton
together.
You're telling me you want Brighton with 5 sporting director at Tottenham, mate? You've seen the players they bring in develop fucking much better than what we do. I'd take him in a heartbeat. I would take him in a heartbeat.
Also, look, I'm not being funny. There's an evidence with some Spurs fans. I've seen some Spurs fans on social media. We've been linked. Obviously, you mentioned it to me earlier. We've been linked to Harry Wilson. Did we offer him a contract or something? And there's been Spurs fans out there.
Apparently so, but so is Everton, so is Villa.
Yeah, but there's been Spurs fans out there saying, "Oh, if we go for Harry Wilson, I'm done," and all this stuff. He's a good footballer. He's not world class, but he's a
very good footballer, and he's better than Pelton Odebear.
Yeah, exactly.
He's definitely not fit enough to tie 2 laces, in my opinion. He got last season. What was it? 17 goals, assists last season.
Yeah.
What did the other 2 get? There you go.
You know what? There's an evidence. It's because he plays for Fulham. If we were linked to him and he played for Liverpool or Man City or Man United or whatever, we'd be all over him. If Savinho had been playing for Fulham this year or last year, and we'd been trying to sign Savinho, the Spurs fan base would be a meltdown saying, "Why are we signing Savinho? What's he done?" and all this stuff. It's because he's come from Man City that everyone's like excited about it.
Yeah, that is, and that's like, oh look at us, we're signing at like a big club. We're signing players off of big clubs. You know what I mean? But like, for example, like, all right, we'll take from Harry Wilson now. Let's throw their left back into the mix, Anthony Robinson.
Another one. If he didn't have the injuries, another one I would take in a heartbeat.
Absolutely, and I think, do you know what I mean? People have got to start. Do you know what I mean? Like all clubs, right, have good players. Every Premier League club's got at least 1 or 2 decent players in their squad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just because, like, all right, for example, is Harry Wilson as productive as Jeremy Doku or Ryan Turkey? No. But he's still a very good football player, and he still brings something else to Tottenham Hotspur, something that we haven't got at the moment, which is end product. Do you know what I mean? I'm all for it. I love him, and he's a free transfer. It is a no-brainer.
But there'll be certain fan bases or certain members of the fan base will be like, why are we going after these free transfers? These players, whether they're free transfers or not, they're decent players. We could go after, say for example, if that Kvaratskhelia, what his name is, who plays for PSG, just say in a parallel universe, he became a free agent and we were after him. There'll be fans moaning because he's a free agent. We're not spending any money.
Yeah, but they last go, oh, they've obviously let his contract run down for a reason.
Yeah,
you're talking about Kvaratskhelia here, potentially this year's Ballon d'Or winner. Do you know what I mean? Our thing is our fan base. Do you know what I mean? They're so used to hyping up mediocrity. They don't know what they want anymore. They can't tell the difference between a good footballer and a great footballer and a shit footballer. Do you know what I mean? Because we've been so used to mediocrity for so long. It's like, but there's only one. You can only blame the owners for that. For letting this club
Well,
just fall further and further and further down the pecking order. Do you know what I mean? Like you say, in the Premier League, there's a change, isn't there? You'd be like, when we had Pots in charge, like you obviously had like the pecking order. You had City, United, Arsenal, Chelsea, right? Liverpool.
yeah.
They were the top tier. They were the elite of the league. But then you had the next line down, which was us. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? We were the next in line. Then below that, you had like the Villas, the Newcastles. You know what I mean? Now we've gone below the Newcastles and the Villas and stuff like that. We ain't, but we are still an attractive. You know what I mean?
I still think we could compete with. I still think if there's a choice, look, this is not me being biased because I'm a Spurs fan. Maybe it's slight bias, but there's not. I'm not being full bias. I still think to an extent, if we were going after competing for players with Newcastle, for example, I think a lot of players would still prefer to come to us because of the whole London pool.
Yeah, like I say, you know what I mean? There's many aspects to it why we are still such a big pool. I mean, let's be honest, we offer more wages than Newcastle and Villa. That's one.
Well, I don't know how.
None of their players are on 200 grand a week and stuff like that. None of them are.
They've got rich owners, haven't they?
They have got rich owners, but they can't afford. They still deep down can't really afford to offer too much higher salaries compared to us because of PSR.
Yeah.
So,
we could technically go on a spending spree tomorrow and still be in PS. Still be like PSR wouldn't affect us, would it?
Yeah, I think I read something ages ago. I think we could spend literally next to 350 million. We could still spend.
Yeah.
Without selling any players. You know what I mean? And
we could do like a Liverpool did last summer, sort of thing.
What's that?
We could do like a Liverpool did last summer, sort of thing.
Yeah, we could. But Liverpool, if they carry on the road they're going down, that summer they had last summer, will come back and bite them in 2-3 years' time.
Yeah.
But obviously you've heard the news that Iraola's their new manager now, pretty much about to be announced imminently, isn't it? If it hasn't.
I hope he doesn't try and hijack the Senesi deal now.
No, I don't think. Well, saying that though, mate, they need centre backs, don't they? Or they could Kanate's going, isn't he? Yeah. All they've got is Van Dijk, really, isn't it? It's the only outstanding one.
I have heard with Senesi, I don't know how true this is, but his girlfriend or wife or whatever wants to move to London, so that might be the whole London pool might sway it with us rather than Liverpool.
I'm not being funny or nothing, though, mate. Where would you rather live, Merseyside or London?
Well, I don't know what Liverpool's like. I'm sure there's some nice areas, but I'm a southerner, so Cookie's put, now don't get Vjanovic. Yeah, Cookie earlier when I said to you in the WhatsApp group, when he said, if he's been greedy, like he turned down 8 million a year or whatever, wants 6 million. But yeah, I read on another thing, we've offered Sabinho 8 million a year.
8.6 to be.
8.6, yeah. And it works out to be 120, about 130 grand a week. If you think about it, like, it's not that much, is it? I was looking at it. So?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I agree. I don't
8 million a year. Say again?
In today's football, 130 grand ain't a lot. Considering you look at what Haaland's earning a week.
I was looking at it as the 8 million, from 6 million to 8 million. I didn't know how much it's worth a week, but if you think about it now, 130 is peanuts. So if that's the case, go and get him. But I've not heard any links with Tottenham to Vjanovic. Have you?
Not
Not any concrete ones.
nothing concrete, just your basic ITK and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't buy. I only buy into ones that the ones I've followed for a while that were right over previous windows. You know what I mean? Like I put one in the group. I put one in the group chat earlier, and I still need to get back to Dan on it, but I can't come out of this and go into that because I'm using my phone. I put one in there about the Savinho deal, really close, like being next to imminent. Do you know what I mean? And so yeah, I do. You just got to look around. You got when you X is the X. I find is the best.
Yeah.
Best form of gossip, and Instagram as well, because like for example, like Xavi putting that picture of him and Savinho together. Someone found that straight away, like 36 minutes after he posted it, and then just shared it all over every platform. And you know what I mean? Everyone's putting two and two together now. But yeah, going back on Cookie's question. Now go and get Vlahovic absolutely all day long. All right, he hasn't been the player that he was at Fiorentina to Juventus. We all know that. I think he's averaged. I think he's averaged a goal every other game. Over 90 games.
Probably as a free transfer and the money he wants, you'd probably take the risk, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but I think if he was honest with himself, I think he ain't going to get 8 million, 8.5 million, whatever he wants a year, because he's been on a downward trajectory in his career path. You know what I mean? He hasn't progressed. You know what I mean? He's not even in his prime yet. You know what I mean? So he needs to find, like I said with him, and there's a lot of players we're linked with, and then people umming and ahhing about it. Like Savinho is a prime example. I just think he needs Vlahovic. They just need a change of path. They need a new club, new look. Vlahovic needs, I think, a new like to the extreme, like a new environment, like new country and stuff like that. Well, I think he can find his mojo again. And if he can stay fit and he's got Savinho one side, Kudus the other, Maddison down the middle, that boy is going to get goals. He is going to get goals because he's got a good first touch. His hold up play is fantastic, and we all know he knows where the back of the net is. You know what I mean? Is that your message? Is it?
That's my message. Yeah. All right, babe. Yeah. That's right. Nigel's put. So yes, could you get it done on number 9?
Yeah.
Anyone's better than Charleston, to be honest.
Just imagine if we had a transfer window and sign in loads of free.
But they're all decent free agents.
Close to 500, Dave. What's that?
I don't know what that's about. I don't know.
Oh, is that the Erling Haaland contract? What I said he was on about.
Oh, maybe, yeah. He probably is on that.
Yeah, either ways, mate. He ain't doing bad for himself, the lad, is he? But you know what I mean. This is what I mean. The difference between a big club like City and a medium-sized club like we are a big club, but nowhere near on that level. Do you know what I mean? Their player wants 500. They offer him 500 grand a week to lure him to the club. Do you know what I mean?
Now we're not. Now we're not. Probably now we're not bigger than City. But I'm sorry, I'm telling you, history-wise, we're a bigger club than City. I don't care what anyone says. But nowadays, they obviously bigger than us. If you include nowadays football nowadays, they're bigger.
Oh yeah, we've got
won and all that stuff. But history-wise, they were bloody lower league for years, weren't they?
Yeah, they were flirting with the lower league.
They didn't have all that money. They wouldn't be where they are now. So I'm just saying. So, Cookie's put big up Senesi's bird. We need him more than Liverpool. Yeah, we do. But saying that, Cookie, Liverpool have just got rid of Canate. That's what makes you a bit like wondering whether they'll go for him now.
Yeah, he's
that's the thing with Romano. It's like giving us the here we goes now. But
well, you can
the window's not even open yet.
Just changing the subject quickly. I just popped into my head. It looks like Porro ain't going Madrid now.
They've got Dumfries, haven't they?
And you know what, right? I think he is criminally underrated, Denzel Dumfries. I think he's such a good right back. He's so underrated, Denzel Dumfries. I think for what they paid for him, I think they've had a very good deal. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think Porro's a Real Madrid player.
Oh no, he's perfect for Madrid, mate. Attacking right back, he's perfect for him.
Can't defend.
Yeah, no, but let's be honest. None of the Madrid have always been known.
Yeah, but
for a leaky, weak defence, their motive was even in the Galacticos area, right? You can score 4 goals past us, but don't worry, we'll score 5 or 6. Try your.
Yeah, they still signed Galacticos. Porro's definitely not a Galactico.
Who's that?
They still signed Galacticos now, and he's definitely not a Galactico.
Who would you say in that Madrid team that it would be is a Galactico now? Vinicius Junior.
Mini Junior. I'll still say Mbappe was, even though they want him out. Real Madrid fans do. Jude Bellingham. I think Jude Bellingham's world class.
Jude Bellingham is a very, very good player. He's very talented.
Courtois. I think Courtois is world class as well.
Yeah, he's an elite goalkeeper. But you look at their defence, mate. You know what I mean?
I still think I think Trent going forward is world class. What's happening to him? He's a right back, isn't he?
Yeah, but I say, mate, if the fans don't like him, when the fans have their say, fans have
so much power.
Well, to be fair, the fans own the club, don't they? Theoretically,
yeah,
but
they aren't they like the chairman's like it's the president, isn't it? So he has like a certain stay at the club, and then someone else comes in.
Yeah, but the fans in Madrid have a lot of pulling power and a lot of clout.
Yeah,
and to be fair, they're appreciated by their board, unlike ours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the thing they give players abuse. Even the top players. Ronaldo used to get loads of abuse in his prime at Real Madrid.
Mate, look how badly Gareth Bale was treated.
The thing with Gareth Bale, he
won him 2 Champions League. Single-handedly.
Yeah, but Bale didn't help himself.
Mate, do you blame him for the way
you see that flood he put out? See that flood he put out? Wales Golf Madrid.
Wales Golf Madrid. In that order.
that doesn't help himself.
Yeah, I think that was just him just having a bit of banter, but they obviously took that. They don't get the British sense of humour, do they? So
I think that was having banter. I think that was him having a dig at the club, or maybe not a club. I think that was him having a dig at the fans. I think at that point he was getting a lot of abuse anyway, and he thought, "Fuck him, I have a bit of a like say something back."
Yeah. So let's get on to the topic of the show.
What's that? This last comment, Tucci said he's on 16 mil. He was on. That's Vialovic, I think. So yeah, we'll go on to the show then. The main part.
16 million a year. No, that can't be. I think is that Haaland? That's no, because Haaland.
Is it Haaland?
Yeah, no, Vlahovic wasn't 60 million. Vlahovic, because he was on 340 grand a week, wasn't he? So that do the math. Oh, I can't bother it.
When he on 400? When he on 400 grand a week?
Yeah, I think it's between 350 and 400 what he's on, which is, if he's being completely honest, he ain't going to get nowhere near that now, is he?
No. But this is your expertise, drafts, because I'm not very good at all that stuff, but I'll bring them up on the screen. I'll bring the first one up. Some of these are screenshots from you, so I noticed some slippers were in the background. So maybe something you ordered.
Oh, no, that's just an advert. I was like, what's all that about?
Okay, there we go.
Clog. Right, so, here. This is what I'll do this is like player comparisons, players who we're either we're linked with or who I'd love us to sign, or current players we've already got in our current team. I mean, you can see in the graph there, Savinho, right? He's crossing is better than Mika Gotts. Mika Gotts, though, he's having a very, very he's had a fantastic season for Ajax. But then again, that was Savinho's work from last season. So, but yeah, you can just see the idea of like, I mean, in the next couple we'll bring up, there'll be our players currently compared to players we either are linked with or players I would love us to sign that aren't completely unreasonable. You know what I mean? So you can clearly see Mika Gotts. He's got better assists. He's got, you know what I mean? Overall, apart from dribbles and carrying, he actually betters Savinho and crosses in every other department, didn't he? But these are the kind of players I think we should be going for. Do you know what I mean? I mean, bring up another one.
But then you'll so on that one quickly. But then you'll get fans moaning. Some fans saying, "Well, why would you be signing Mario Götze? What his name is? He's only 20 years old."
No. You know what I mean? If the way I look at it is this, if you're a kid, you're a kid. You're good enough. You're good enough. I'm sorry. Lamine Yamal's a kid. Desiree Doué's a kid. Do you know what I mean? Jude Bellingham was a kid at Dortmund, absolutely destroying it. Do you know what I mean?
Well, no one else, no other club moans about whether someone's too young or not. It's only Spurs, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, look at this like comparison right now. Like, this is Andrew Robertson in the red and Destiny Udogie in the blue. Look at the difference. Progressive passing. He's supposed to be technically Udogie an attacking left back. Look at the state of the progressive passing. It is an absolute state, and this is one of the reasons why we are where we are in the league, because to me that's an underperforming left.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's fans out there that don't want Robertson. But those same fans want us to still have Udogie at left back, when even Robertson at his age is much better than Udogie.
I think the only reason why is because there's 10 years difference in them. One's 32, the other one's 22. That can literally be the only reason why you'd rather have Udogie. Because on footballing terms, as you can clearly see there by the graph, I'd say the only thing he's got over him is the defensive work side of things. But do you know what I mean? But football is evolved. Do you know what I mean? Left back, your left backs are encouraged to attack and go forward and be an extra man up the field. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can clearly see there in the stats that he literally, when it comes to being progressive, and we're on the charge and stuff like that. You know what I mean? He's not on the same level as Robertson, not even fucking close. Look at his
I'm not having Udogie at all. I mean, I just don't rate him.
I don't rate him. I'd have him in the squad as a backup, but that's as much as he gets. Play him in the cups and stuff like that. No.
I wouldn't even. I wish we'd just be an Arsenal, for example. And I don't like using them as an excuse, but I wish we'd have like two good players in like every position.
See if you can bring up the midfielder one, and this one is this is my biggest gripe. If you can find the one with Locatelli and stuff like that on there, then you could ask. Then these fans can actually turn around and see what it means. No, that's Richarlison and Solanke. No, that's a good one though. That's a good one.
We'll go back to that one in a minute.
What's this? This is Richarlison, Solanke, and in the red, Inter Milan striker Marcus Thuram.
Oh, okay.
Which one is this? This is Richarlison, Guirassy in the red, and Solanke in the green. gone off again. Oh, here you go. That's the one. Look at this. Look at Bentancur stuck in the middle in the blue, and then you've got Angelo Stiller, who's the one I'd love. Right.
Yeah.
Look at the key passes compared to Bentancur. Look at the forward passing, the progressive passing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's night and day. Do you know what I mean? Look at Telly. Progressive passing, forward passing. Do you know what I mean? This is what we have, and statistically, Bentancur is probably our most progressive central midfielder. Do you know what I mean? And this is why we are where we are in the league, because we've got players that don't pass the ball forward.
I think we've got two similar players as well.
Mate, look at Locatelli's stats, mate. Literally, most of them are above 90%. He's a fantastic football player, and he's not an unrealistic signing. I'm sorry, but he ain't.
Well, Locatelli, the news of Locatelli has gone quiet, hasn't it?
Yeah, he's gone. I think he's gone quiet with everyone, though. Do you know what I mean? But even Angelo Stiller, I think, is terrific. I've watched a lot of him this year, and I know I bang on about him a lot and stuff like that. But you can clearly see there in the graph, this is why I bang on about him a lot, because playing progressive football, which De Zerbi loves to do, he's that guy. I'm sorry, but Gallagher, I'm not going to judge him too much, because he had half a season with us, and under De Zerbi, he looked like a completely different player compared to.
I think with Gallagher, he came into us at the wrong time. I think if we were playing well, he would have stood out a bit more.
But under De Zerbi, the De Zerbi resurgence, you know what I mean? He was a massive part in us staying up, mate, in my opinion. Played a massive part. Scored one. He only scored one goal, but what a great goal, an important goal it was. And just the way he unsettled defences all the time, just non-stop running, charging them, breaking up, playing the midfield. He was very, very impactful. What I should have done is I don't mean to sound horrible and harsh, and I know I criticise them a lot, the younger players, like Gray, Burns, and stuff like that to these players. It's not fair that I pick on them all the time, and it's not their fault that we are where we are in the league, but they've been too heavily relied on. They've been chucked in a deep end without any proper real coaching. Do you know what I mean? So I am a bit hard on them, but when you
know what, the older generation of fan, the older generation is older than us, like in their 60s onwards, I think they actually really like the Dre and the Birdwells of the world. The reason I say that is because my dad has constantly praised Dre and said he's reliable, plays in every position, which he is. But definitely his dad apparently said the same thing. So I think it's the younger fan, probably a bit more harsh on him.
Well, yeah, it's because I don't know what it is with him, because the way I look at it is this, right? I don't mean to sound horrible and harsh when I say it, but do these players, Star, Gray, Birdwell, impact the game when we bring them on?
No,
they don't. And when they start, do they have an effect on the game?
Well, I think I was a big fan of Birdwells at one point, but I've looked at him now lately. He comes on, he gives away stupid free kicks, puts his hands up as if to say, "What have I done?" sort of thing.
Yeah,
but just outside the box or something, he just ways stupid free kick, and I'm like, and I think why everyone might like him is because he's a runner, isn't he? He'll run up and down the pitch. He'll work hard in that aspect, but with the ball, he's not that good. Maybe that'll come in time. Like attacking wise, he's not that good, and defensive wise, he's not that good. So he just runs with the ball and then pass it to someone else. That's all he can pretty much do.
Yeah, he's a carrier.
He's a carrier,
Yeah.
isn't he?
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And he don't get me wrong, right? There's good aspects of his game
Gambo.
style. He's a presser. He's a carrier and a presser.
Presser. But
You know what I mean? Progressing with
the ball, like,
he can't split, do that defense split and
pass, can he?
no.
You know what I mean? He can't do it because and that's where you see like where he gives the ball away so much. So, you know what I mean?
And it's just that game of that side of his game that needs massively developing. I'm not saying in 2-3 years' time
They can't beat him.
Gray, Tell won't
Can't be.
great players. They can be great players, and I think if
If this
summer, this is what boils back down to
this summer they've got to do it right at Tottenham.
Hotspur. They've
Got to do it right.
because
If you're not,
going to loan these players out, in which, in my opinion, they need doing. They need to
go and learn their trade,
because
Yeah.
let's
be honest, they're not going to have much more.
they're not going to have much time at Tottenham because it'll
It'll just go toxic on them. Our fan base
will just turn on them.
quicker than milk. Mate.
So then we either bring in better experienced players, players that these younger ones can learn from and do it properly.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, have a season where
Our players ain't dropping like flies every flipping week. And right, if you're gonna get
5-6 players
out injured, whatever, at one point, be
a little niggle, a knock
out for a game, maybe 2 games, not fucking 3 to 6 months. This is a joke.
Yeah.
It's an absolute joke.
And this is why, and I think this is one of the reasons why we're getting our pitch investigated, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
But something's not right. That can't be right.
Well, it was the cause of why we almost got relegated, really, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, you think we would. I don't care what anyone says. Don't care what anyone says. Right? If we would have had
Madders fit
all season,
Kudos fit
for the remainder of the whole for the second
part of the season, a
fully fit Ben Tanker,
and
you know what I mean. With those three, just them three
attacking players alone, we wouldn't have been where we
are in the league. You
No.
know what I mean? So
Agree.
yeah. Were there any other ones up there that I've done?
Check them.
Yeah,
Solanke and
Richarlison. I think Grassi
was the other one, wasn't it? I think I've done.
What's this one?
Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah, look, this was
actually quite an interesting one. This was Tell.
Yeah.
Compared with Somerville,
Akliouche, and Karim
Adeyemi
from Dortmund.
Who's a good player. He's actually a good player.
He is a good player.
He is a good
player. You can see he gets
more assists and non-penalty goals and stuff like that. Not necessarily as successful as dribbling as the others, other than Akliouche.
But
I mean, you look at
Tell there, and you look at the Tell.
Right, he's better than all the others when it comes to dribbling, crossing,
and carrying.
Yeah.
But you look at the most important one, the most important stats as a winger there.
Assists and key passes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's the key thing. It's the
end product, isn't it?
It's the end product, and it's just not there. Whereas you look at Adeyemi, he's carrying and his crossing might not be as prolific as Tell, but his link up, it just goes to show if you're an inside inverted winger like
Tell is supposed
to be, and Adeyemi is. Do you know what I mean? You can see Adeyemi's got a lot better end product
to his game.
Yeah.
And this is it's just little things, right?
And I'm not
I'm not saying tell. I'm not saying sell him in the slightest because end of the day, if
we sold
him now, we'd take
it'd be pointless. We'd take a huge loss on him. We paid what 45 for him from Bayern, including the loan fee as well. So it's £45 million package in total.
Yeah.
We sold him now for the 18 months he's had us. We'd be lucky to get 30 for him if we were lucky.
Do you know what I mean?
You know, it would be a huge loss if that's a short space of time. So I think he needs to stay at the club or and learn from
learn from someone who's
better.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I don't mind him being at a club as long as he's not the first choice winner.
Oh yeah,
don't get me wrong. Like
he could be a squad
player.
Yeah, just
and develop
when he's come on in games, I think he's actually done all right when he's come off the bench. It's when he starts that issue with.
Yeah, no, he shouldn't be.
He shouldn't be starting. But under De Zerbi, he had no choice because we've got no wingers. He had to start, and he's
the sort of player. Because what happened in January when he thought he weren't getting any game time, he wanted to leave, didn't he? And it'll get to a stage if he's not playing, he'll want to leave. But trouble is, he's not good enough to be starting every week.
Well, no, he isn't good enough to start every week. He isn't.
So
he isn't good enough to start.
If he wants,
I think everyone.
He can't moan about not starting every week. If he wants to start every week, then perform. That's what you got to do. Don't not perform and then complain that you're not starting every week, isn't it?
Yeah. No,
it's a sore subject because obviously people try and use the excuse for them, they're still young and stuff like that. But I don't believe in that. I think if you're good enough, you're good enough.
Yeah. I hate hearing the term certain players young because there's plenty of players out there that are young and they are smashing it across Europe. I mean, they make a lot of these players across Europe are smashing it, like the PSG, like the Doué and clubs to Talia and Yamal. Those players, they make Tell look like a League One footballer, don't they?
Well, worse than that,
mate. I mean,
Yamal, look, he's just turned 18. Recently.
And do you know what I mean? He's a nominee for Ballon d'Or. Do you know what I mean?
And people go, yeah, but look at the team he plays in. Look at the players he's got around him.
He's got Rafinha, Lewandowski, Pedri, but
I'm sorry, you don't start week in and week out
Barcelona just because you got good players around. You start players like that at a young age. You have to be that guy.
Well, he's playing. I mean, because he's playing with those players because he's a bloody good footballer. If he wasn't good, Barcelona would get rid of him. Tell's playing for us because we're not a very good team at the moment.
And there's a reason why Bayern sold him. Bayern pulled out absolute hands down for that. Well, you give us
Harry Kane for the price we agree on.
We'll throw you in a street now. We'll give you one of our young promising starters, Messi.
Hell.
Yeah.
Again, another complete fuck up from our club.
But even our best team, like we've had this this century, is probably the team we had under Poch, yeah. Even Tell probably wouldn't even get into that side.
No, I don't think he would. And definitely not Berger and Gray and Sarr, but they wouldn't even make a 25-man squad.
I'm still with you, mate. Just put my laptop on charge.
Oh, you're all right, mate. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, no, it's just
the big things need to happen in the summer, and obviously from what we can all see,
they're starting to roll the dice and starting to make things happen early, which I think is fantastic because we need, like De Zerbi said, I reckon in that press conference at the end of the season where he said I've got about 11 to 12 players I can work with here, I reckon that he spit the board up big time. He's like, oh God, now we've really got to pull our fingers out of our asses. You know what I mean?
What? Who's that? What's that? Sorry.
So when De Zerbi said in his press conference after the Everton game, goes, I've seen what I've been here now for a certain amount of weeks, whatever. I've got 11, 12 players that are good enough to work with. You know what I mean? And I reckon when the board have said that, I bet they went, no, we've actually got to put our finger out of our asses and actually do some work.
Well, they've I mean, De Zerbi's a very clever manager because when he came into the club, he basically told the players they were great players because he said that we could win our last 5 games of the season. I think this squad has the potential to win all of our games. And then now we're at the end of the season. He's now saying, now we've stayed up, he's now saying only 11 or 12 players are good enough to play for me.
Yeah, but I suppose with that, you can change your mind. You can flip your opinion on that easily because you've had more time working with him, haven't you?
But I think he's being generous with that remark, actually.
Oh, mate, 100%. I reckon there's probably more 5 or 6 that could stay.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
he probably realised
if I'm being completely honest here, there's only I would keep Kinski, Van der Ven, Porro.
Yeah. Dancer.
No,
as a squad
wouldn't
player.
no, wouldn't keep him. If I'm this is my ruthless head on now. What did I say? Kinski, Porro, Mickey, Kudu, Javi,
Madison, would you keep?
Madison, yeah, 6. 6 players out of a 25-man squad. Oh, and all right, I'll go back because we've now got Vuskovic back. We'll have him back, so Vuskovic 7. You know what I mean? And
how about Kulu?
Kulu, I don't. God's honest truth, mate. I don't think he's ever going to kick football ever again. Not properly, anyway.
But
yeah, I think he's done. He is done. And from what the Swedish physio was saying about him when he was getting treatment with the international team, they said it's a very, very one of the most complicated knee injuries he's ever seen.
Yeah.
It's like constant bone rubbing on bone all the time. Do you know what I mean? That can't be comfortable for anyone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah, like going through players. Obviously, like Spence, I'll get rid of. Don't think he's. If we want to go to the next level, I don't think he's quite at it.
No, I don't think Spence is that guy. I would have said Spence beginning of the season when the old Spence penitentiary was open. Yeah. As soon as he got that England call up, mate, went straight to his head and he spiraled down after that.
Yeah.
The doggy cell, he's like, you know what I mean? He comes back, he has an injury, comes back for 2-3 games and he's out for another 4 or 5. You know what I mean? We can't have that in our team.
Yeah, and also players like Odebear. I've never rated him at all, and I heard somewhere recently that I heard something last season. He does really well in training, but when it comes to the match day, he feels too under pressure from the fans when the fans are like on the players' back that he can't perform. And I'm like, well, don't be a bloody footballer then. If you can't handle a bit of pressure.
If you can't do it under lights, mate, you're in the wrong career, mate. Yeah. I bet you any money Tell smashes it in training every session. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because you're playing against your own teammates. You know their strengths, you know their weaknesses. You avoid their strengths. Do you know what I mean? You go for the juggler with their weaknesses. Do you know what I mean? That's easy. Training's the easy part. On the match day, that's when, do you know what I mean? You're going against like 11 other geezers you know nothing about. You don't know their style of play, only from what you've seen on the telly. Do you know what I mean? You don't sit there and watch them train week in and week out. Do you know what I mean? So
with
it's one plan.
with Odebear and Tell, we may as well have Adama Traore on the wing because he's fast and he gets it. You know, he outpaces players, but his final ball's shit.
He's also probably one of the worst
football players I've ever seen. He is absolutely
terrible. He is so terrible.
He's not a footballer, is he? He's a bloody don't know. He's like
he's a bodybuilder.
What's that?
He's a fucking bodybuilder. He ain't a fucking footballer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like Mr. Universe from.
Do you know what I mean? From Timu. Do you know what I mean?
He's not a
professional footballer. He's got. He just
I don't know what it is with him.
He can't. It's like he can run past
any player he wants,
but he can't kick a ball straight. It's like he's got two left feet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's shocking. And when we were linked with him all those years ago,
I was like, absolutely
not.
No way do I want this pig laugh at my football club.
Yeah, but he came from Barcelona, didn't he?
Mate.
Don't.
Just like Emerson Royale come from Barcelona as well.
How did he even be affiliated with Barcelona, a club with that much amazing footballing heritage?
Do you know what I mean?
Emerson Royale was from Barcelona as well.
Yeah, they pulled our
pants down. Was it 25, 30 mil we had to pay for him?
They were laughing all the way to the bank, weren't they?
Yeah, you know what? I heard Royale wanted to stay at Barcelona, and he was probably like, Barcelona probably like, we accepted a deal from Spurs, and he's like, no, but I want to stay. Gaffer, no. I'm sorry. You're Did you ever hear that Harry Redknapp story with Benjani? Where I think he took him to the airport or something. Or he took him to the airport because they were Portsmouth at the time, when his manager Portsmouth got good money and for him.
That's it.
For Man City. And he was like, I think Man City had called Harry Redknapp and said, "Oh, he's not turning up" or something like that. So he called Benjani. Was it Benjani? Yeah, I think it was. And he called him. He said, "Oh, he's Benjani's like, I don't want to go, Gaffer. I like it here. I like you. I like the players and all this stuff and the fans." And he was like, "No, Benjani, you got to go." And he was trying to persuade him to go because Portsmouth were getting good money from him at the time. And obviously, if he was that good, if he wanted to keep him that bad, then he probably wouldn't have even got rid of him, even though there was good money. He probably wasn't even that good. Redknapp didn't even rate him.
Yeah, do you remember the other one? Sadu Beriano.
Yeah, he's a joke. You know what?
He just drove himself out of the training ground, drove to the airport, got on the plane, went the gang get on the plane. But there was no official bid or something from the club that was supposedly wasn't it us?
You know, we were linked to Bohemia for ages. We were after him for ages. It was before we got a son actually. And then I heard that he refused the training or something to try and force himself a wet move to Spurs, and then I think we heard that his antics of refusing the training, so we ended up pulling out of the deal and stuff, and then
yeah, but didn't he drive all the way to our training ground and all that?
No, you're on about Peter Odawingi. He went to
who was it?
Peter
It was something to do with Harry Redknapp. I remember it specifically having something to do with Harry Redknapp. And
Peter Odawingi left West Brom, and he went to QPR on deadline day to try and force. He went to train down, try and force a move to QPR, and Harry Redknapp was QPR's manager at the time, and they couldn't. So he was at the training grounds waiting for them to like that, but they couldn't. I think he was waiting outside the training grounds.
I'm coming to your club whether you like it or not. I'm just going to drive down there.
And they couldn't get a deal done, and so he had to go back to West Brom.
How much egg do you think he had on his face when he walked back to that training ground? Sorry, Gaffer.
Could you imagine if he said, Oddon Windy said to the manager at the time, like some home troops, and was like saying, "Oh, when I don't like you, I'm going to keep you," and all this stuff, and said all this stuff about him and stuff, and questioned all the players and all this stuff, said stuff about the players, and then to go keep you, I think he's leaving. And then he ends up having to go back to West Brom. And be like, "Oh, by the way, Gaffer, I don't mean any of that."
What was he thinking anyway? Did he think who did we have in our front line at the time then? When it
I
like
can't remember.
came
Charlie Austin, maybe? I don't know.
No, when it like someone like didn't we have like Ian Berbatov or something at that time? Was it around that era or was it a bit after?
Who?
With the Peter Odemwingie? Oh no. Who was the player that wanted to come to us but
Babahina.
Yeah, that couldn't strike a deal. I think that one didn't we have like Darren Bent or something? When it Darren Bent era and all that.
You know
it was
what?
definitely under Harry Redknapp, wasn't it?
But you know what? The deal actually worked out well. No, it weren't Harry Redknapp. It was Potts was the manager.
Yes, that was it.
Because that was the deal that made us go after Son in the end. Son.
Oh yeah,
that all fell through, so we signed Son instead. So
like he thinks he's going to get in our team when we got a Harry Kane.
I know. Well, we signed Son. We signed Son, and the rest is history, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, Sonny, what a player! I miss him so much.
Imagine we signed Babahina instead of Son.
Oh God!
And I heard on Talk Sport a few years ago. I heard Talk Sport. Who was it? I think it was Glenn Johnson. Was on Talk Sport probably about 5-6 years ago. So on Talk Sport, and he was saying about he used to play with Babahina at Stoke, and he said Babahina's attitude. He had a really bad attitude. He said if they had to be in training at 10 o'clock, he would turn up at like 10:05, or if they had to be in training at 11 o'clock, he would turn up at 11:05. He would always be late, and there was one time where he was late, so they had to so the whole team had to stay or something for had to come in an extra day's training.
Yeah,
the whole team got punished, and on that day where the whole team had been brought in on the day to an extra day to be punished, he was late for that day as well.
Yeah. Oh fucking hell! What an arsehole.
Yeah. So Glenn Johnson was like, we've been punished because of him, and he doesn't even turn up anyway for the day that we've been punished on.
Oh dear. Oh, good old footballing story. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's get back on the old subject about us. You know what I mean, because let's be honest, literally everybody shows, every YouTuber now shows us you're not going to be able to go a single stream without talking about transfers, are you? It's just going to be physically impossible because there's nothing really else other to talk about other than transfers.
Well, the whole summer's gonna be like all shows have been like this now, aren't they?
Well, yeah, that's a good time to start our channel, really. Do you know what I mean? Because there could be potentially lots of exciting things happening this summer. I just want us to go look at it and go, yeah, that's a good window. Like, you remember when we sold, we can't say, well, you can't buy loads of players in one window because fucking hell, we've done it when we sold Bale. We bought in, 7-8 players?
Yeah, but apart from Ericsson,
Ericsson and Chadley, the rest were fucking terrible, weren't they? But yeah, I mean, we can't say it because didn't Forest, when they first come back up to the Premier League, they bought like 25 new players in one window.
How many of those players are still playing for Forest, I wonder?
Oh, I don't know. I do not know.
I think they end up trimming down the squad. I think Maranatha's probably thought he signed 2 new players, so end up trimming down the squad again.
We'll have to ask Wolfie. He'll be able to tell us.
Oh, I love him.
Have you ever spoke to Wolfie on anything?
No, I've never had the pleasure, but he makes me laugh, man. He makes me laugh. He knows how to wind people up, and he's really discreet about it as well. But
He hates Spurs, doesn't he?
mate.
So
You froze. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
So he hates Spurs, doesn't he?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. Be interesting to see who finishes higher than who next year, though, isn't it?
This is going to be a season of like we can't predict
our league finish. Do you know what I
The
mean?
thing is,
not
with
yet. Not
Wolfie,
until we start
Forest beat Spurs 3-0 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
off that glorious parade. Yeah.
He predicted that Wolfie. I see him on what We Are Tottenham TV, and he predicted a 3-0 to Forest, being a bit like joking around. And that Ben and Sim were like 3-0 Forest. You ain't gonna win 3-0. And they won 3-0.
I know.
I was watching their show today, actually.
Oh no, it wasn't the Tottenham game. Sorry, it was the one. It was the home game. How was it? It was the home game. They predicted 3-0.
Yeah. I was watching
them today, actually, and they were like doing a little transfer review show, and them both
surprised me actually because they both turned their noses up at
Harry Wilson.
And I'm like, you can't
turn.
We are in no
Position to be
no.
turning our noses up at Harry Wilson with
17 DAs last season
when we've got players like Kel and Odebert in our team, in our squad. You can't be turning your nose up at players like that. I'm sorry, but you can't.
Oh,
it doesn't mathematically make sense.
This isn't a did at them. So I actually watched the show quite a bit, but Sim has got to be one of the most negative fans I've ever heard. He always finds a negative thing about something. If we're signing someone, he always tries to find a negative thing about him, and I'm like, for goodness sake, mate, he's better than what we got.
Yeah,
but
I don't know if you've seen what we like,
for what we've experienced over the last
couple of seasons, other than the Europa League triumph.
I mean, there's not much positive about it, is there? So,
No.
do you know what I mean?
So I kind of get where he's coming from,
To be honest with you.
Yeah, no,
we can't be turning our noses up at players like Harry Wilson.
he's a good player, man.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
He scored a great goal against us with the help of Vicario.
Well, I hope some of these players would come to us and prove the fan base wrong.
Oh yeah, love it. But they'd still find something to moan about our fan base. We could sign Yamal and Kvaratskhelia in one window, and our fan base would find something to fucking whinge about. They just don't know what they want.
Harry Wilson signed, and he had like start the season really well. First 4 or 5 games, he was playing really well, and scoring. And then that 6th game he plays, he has a bad game. Our fan base were like, "Told you he's useless. Look at him. He's useless.
Mate,
he didn't do anything."
I know. You know what I mean?
All players have bad games. Don't matter who they are. Everyone has a bad game.
What do you think? Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo have never had a bad game of football in their career.
No.
You know what I mean?
Oh God.
Ronaldo was nothing. When he was a youngster, he was a good player, but he was nowhere. I don't think they even knew he was going to be as good as he did become. I remember when he first went to United, he was doing all these step overs, and Roy Keane told him off in the end and said, "Don't do too many bloody step overs." But with Ronaldo, he's worked so hard to become the footballer he is today. Messi is technically gifted. Ronaldo's worked hard.
Yeah, with Messi, it's just
pure natural ability,
isn't it? Pure natural ability.
But the thing I love about Messi, you know
what I mean? Like
people will say
when you see him in his like prime Barcelona days and stuff like that. Even he still does it now for Miami.
Yeah.
He sits in the middle of that pitch and he's just observing the game. People probably an outsider who hasn't got much knowledge of football will turn around and say, "Oh, he's just a bystander waiting for the ball to come to him." He's not doing that, mate. He is mapping the game out in his head. He's mapping the game.
Well, there's people out there who don't like football say stuff like, he does oh, it's only a game, all they're doing is kicking the ball around. But some of these footballers, what they do on the pitch is extraordinary, isn't it? It's phenomenal.
I've never seen a football player like Lionel Messi. Never in my lifetime seen a football player like him.
I just think
he can run at full speed with the ball, and the ball sticks to his feet like magnets, mate. That takes incredible doing. You've got to have the best footwork for that to happen.
Well, one of the best goals I've seen him score was against Arsenal, actually, in the Champions League, where he basically took on the whole of their team, ran it, and he got near the goalkeeper and ended up chipping it over the goalkeeper really quick.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
And I remember another slight little player, Dele Alli, done that. Do you remember that? That chip over Petr Cech outside of the boot.
Yeah.
What? All right. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're going back on like Messi and stuff like that.
They'll never be. I don't think you'll ever see another football player like that, especially with a crop of players coming out
in today's football. You know what I mean?
Well, you never know, because when Maradona was around, and not just Maradona, even the Spurs players that were back in the day, I bet a lot of them, like the Jimmy Dreaves, for example, I bet a lot of people thought there'll never be like Jimmy Dreaves ever again, or there'll never be a Maradona ever again. And look, club players that came out after them, and then the club players came out after them.
You know what? I was because when I was
thinking today when I was just sitting there browsing YouTube and stuff like that, and
I was looking at old videos, and I was like
remembering that when the
two Mark Christian Sheriff done the nostalgia show, the first nostalgia show, it was really nice to watch.
Do you know what I mean? Just watching all the older generation Spurs fans talking about their great memories of the club, and then it just reminded me, like, no, I want to go back. I want to go and see if I can find some old videos of Glenn Hoddle.
Yeah.
Oh my God, mate! Go and watch.
I tell you what, right? If you haven't done it, go and watch some old videos of Glenn Hoddle, and just watch him at his best, mate. What a fucking football player that guy was. He made football look so easy. It was scary. It was just everything was effortless to him.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? That is
Glenn Hoddle is what I call a proper generational talent. Obviously, you've got Messi, Ronaldo's, they're proper generational talent too. But you know what I mean? And then I started going further, and I started looking at Johan Cruyff and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, mate, you don't get football players like that in this world now. I don't even think you have to be a decent football player to make it as a football player.
No.
You just got to be a really good athlete.
Well, it's not just that. It's if you worked hard as well. If you're a drafter, you can make it.
Yeah, I mean,
you look at
our squad.
How many good footballers good football players are at our squad? I'd say
Maddison.
He's not world class, is he?
No, he's not world class, but
he's still light years of more advanced than any of our other midfielders.
I still say
we don't really have any world class players anymore, do we?
No. The thing I like about
James Maddison,
he's the only
attacking
player we've got. We don't hide
from the ball.
Yeah.
He just wants it.
Even when he came on, when he had that long layoff and he came on against Leeds, was it? He wanted the ball, didn't he?
He just wanted the ball all the time, and he should have had a fucking penalty. Done that quick drop of the shoulder, bang.
Let it go. It don't matter now. We got there.
I don't know. We got there. We done it.
We've done it.
I'm still sad to say Roberto Zerbi
Pulled off the impossible, because before he came,
Oh, we're doomed.
we were doomed, mate.
I was on everyone's channel going with
We're
that. We are not standing up. These boys haven't got the minerals for it. They ain't got the fight in them. They ain't got the experience of being in a relegation battle. I'll completely writ us off, and oh my god, have I never been so happy to be wrong? Do you know what I mean?
sorry.
Yeah. Well, the players, they just didn't look like they were. It didn't look like they could be bothered, did they?
No,
And
Romero got
his injury, and I was like, oh, it's just in time for the World Cup. I'm going to predict that one, and yeah,
he's been picked for the World Cup team. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be interesting to see how
Argentina get on without Messi.
Is he not there this year?
I
Don't think he is. I think he retired, didn't he?
surely what 37, 38 now.
Yeah, but Ronaldo's still done, isn't he? He's 40, 41, isn't it? What it is?
Yeah, I know, but he's
Just like a glory hunter, isn't he? Just loves the glory, doesn't he? Loves it.
rightly so.
When you scored the amount of goals he scored, you know what I mean?
Just ruthless in front of goal, isn't he? He's just
Ruthless.
Yeah, agree.
yeah. World Cup's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, we'll have to do some World Cup shows, isn't it?
Pardon?
We'll have to do some World Cup shows.
Yeah, I'll do a World Cup show.
Be a bit of fun, I Spurs
channel, but we can still
talk about the World Cup and everything in it, because I mean, there's going to be players, and you're going to be players in that tournament. You're going to go, oh yeah, I love him at Spurs.
Yeah.
Love him at Spurs. But we probably won't get him. But I'd like us to see us
get up a lot of our business up. Get Savino,
get
Robertson, Senesi, and any other,
other,
you know what I mean, players
and stuff like that done before the World Cup starts. So they can go out and enjoy their tournament. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
Yeah, it just makes sense.
I mean,
just get 3 or
4 players done before the World Cup starts, and I'll be happy. Then they can start doing their own work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyway, mate, shall we call that a night?
Yeah, it's been going a good hour and a half almost.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, cool. So yeah, big up everyone. There's only one person watching anyway at the moment, so big up that one person. I've got a feeling I know that is. Probably my partner. But thanks, babe, for watching, and big up to everyone that watched. And if anyone like and subscribe, that'd be great. I noticed we've got 17 subscribers at the moment. Did we have 17 before, or?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, but yeah, it's a big up and
slow burner.
Yeah, slow burner. So it takes time. But it's all good. Rome wasn't built on a day, was it? So, but yeah, big up everyone, and yeah. So see you in the next stream, and come on, you Spurs.
Take care, guys.
Thank you for watching.